Good evening to everyone. Please let me know, is my screen visible to all of you?
Good evening, ma'am.
Very good evening to all of you. Is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Thank you. Okay, all of you, good evening once again. And you all are welcome to the session on the Google Forms. Mr. Nelson Mandela, he said rightly that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And it's a fact that education is only the weapon that we can work on it and with which we can explore everything and we become a good educator also. Let me introduce myself. I am Jaspreet Kaur. I am associated with the QMET for almost half a decade now. Otherwise, I am in education sector for almost 2 decades. I am a Google certified educator as well as I am an All India Educator Forum resource person. I would like to thank Matthew sir for giving us a great platform for all the educators to impart our education to everyone, training process to everyone. Thank you, Matthew sir, once again. Mr. Jiddu Krishnamurthy is a great scholar. He is a philosopher. He is a writer also. According to him, there is no end to education. It is not that you read a book, pass an examination, and finish with education. The whole of life, from the moment you are born to the moment you die, is a process of learning. So, learning is a continuous process. And today's session is on the Google Form. It is a great tool for creating online service and the quizzes. Uses of the Google Forms are there that we can collect the data from the students, from our colleagues, as well as from the parents also. We can create a feedback service and also we can use them for various types of assessments. Everyone, please mute yourself. Now it is there that how to create a Google form. As other tools, we are operating from the URL or from the 9 dots, that is the app launcher. Same way we can start with the create a Google form. Excuse me. Yes, I muted everyone now. Now, how to create a Google form? Google form. Sorry, please everyone mute yourself. Thank you. So one option is there that from the Google Drive, when we click on to Google Drive, we have to click on to the new, and from there we will get to click onto the Google Forms, and then a new tab will be open. Just like this icon is there for the Google Forms, and from where we can start to edit the form. Other option is there that don't click onto the 9 dots. These are the app launchers. And from clicking onto this, we will get again the icon for the Google Forms. When we click onto it, we will get these pop up this window. When this window is pop up, then we have to click onto the plus sign. This blank option form is there. We can start it with the templates also, but this is there. We can start from the scratch. Then comes is the naming the form. As we all know that we have to name the person whenever we start the session, whenever we start any work, we will have to name that one. So for naming that, we will first of all change the untitled form. This untitled form is, we have to write down the name here. In this is the difference between these two untitled forms. This untitled form, when we write down the name, this is the name which we can see on our window to just for our knowledge. And this is the, when we write it down the name here, it is for the visitors. They can see what exactly the form it is there. We can write down the description also. And this is the questions. We can just write it down the questions. This icon will be highlighted. Responses is there when the students fill the form, and they will get it where we can check it out. The responses is there. So when we have to add the questions to the form, when we create a form, this question format is automatically pop up. They would already have a space for the first question. This will always appear as a multiple choice question. Abhishek sir, please mute yourself. Now, when we have to start with the question writing, this is the how we get it. The untitled question is there. It's already have a space for the first question. And just see now right here, it is the multiple choice question. It is the multiple choice question. And when we click onto this drop down, then we will get that how exactly the other forms of the questions are come up. And these are the forms in the form of the short answers. We can make the question answers in the form of the, we can make the questions in which the questions students have to give the answers in the paragraph. They have to give the answer either in the short form, or they can give in the one answer multiple choice questions or check boxes. Other is the drop down. File upload, we can upload the file from the drive also. We can go for the linear scale questions also. Multiple choice grid is also there. Tick box grid is there. Date is there, and the time is there. Now short answer questions, when we are giving to the students 1 mark or 2 mark questions, they have to answer in the 1 word or a 2 words. In the paragraph, they can write down the long answers question. They can write down the 1 sentence also. They can write down the essay form questions also. In check boxes, they can tick as many correct options are there. In drop down, they can choose whichever is the correct option. Now, this is how we can edit it. When we are click onto the question, we write it down the question. Either it is the name is there, or what is the name of, what is your name. And in this drop down, it is multiple choice. When we drop down, when we click onto this drop down, we will get other options as we see in the previous slide. Then we click onto the short answer. Then the student will write it down. The answer in that, we give them the space to them, and then we click onto the next. Now this is here, it is required is there. It means that when we are giving the questions to the students, and we want that they answer each and every question, and every question is the compulsory. So we will click onto this circle, round space is there. We can mark the question as required. We toggle it down and it will become this on, toggled on is there, and the student will have to answer the questions in this. As we discussed earlier also, when we start with the short answer questions, the student we want to give them the grades. And we wish that the short answer questions or multiple choice questions, check boxes questions, they can be auto graded, and the student will get the score as soon as they finish the test. So these are the options in which the student will get the answers immediately there, and they will grade the marks automatically. Auto graded is there. These are the forms in the short answers, in the multiple choice questions, in the check boxes, drop down, multiple choice grid, and the checkbox grid. Other types of questions we have to grade it manually or the reviewed. They come as a paragraph, file upload, linear scale, date, and the time. Now, when we have to see the response of the students, question is there. So we have to click onto these responses. As we see in this slide, we already get the two responses. These two responses, we can this just see this is the icon for the spreadsheet. So it means whatever answers the students will be there, the responses, insights, we can check it out about the students' information. So sorry, students' performance in the Google Sheet. Google's form is really a versatile tool. We coupled it up with the Google Sheet also. We coupled it up with the Google Classroom also. Now, when we have to see the questions, the student has answer for it, or they have given the responses. We have to click onto the question and we will check what the student has given us the answer for that particular question. And when we click onto the individual, in this question, when we click onto the summary, we get the summary for every student. When we want to see the response from question wise, we have to click onto it. And we want to see the result for the individual students, then we will have to click onto the individual and we get the result for each student as per their email provided to us. Now, when we have to work on Google Forms, as I show the responses, they are automatically graded and it saves our time also, and it gives the students instant feedback. And Google Forms with the Google Sheets collects all the data into the spreadsheet, which make it easier for us to organize and work. Educational uses for Google Forms are there, that we can use Google Forms in combination that analyze the data. We can check out the result in the form of the graphs also. We can check out on the histogram. We can check the results on the in the pie chart diagram also, and these all are available with the help of the Google Sheets, and we can send the form to the parents and create the custom graphs in the sheets on the survey data. Now, when we have to make the quiz, so what we have to do, we have to click onto this gear icon. When we click onto this gear icon, it is on the top right. When we click onto it, then we have to click onto the quizzes. After click onto the quizzes, we have to make the question as a quiz. Now, choosing the options for the quizzes is there, that we know that the students can check the answers from the other sources also. So it is a feature is available only in to the schools using the managed Chromebooks, that they can lock the mode on the Chromebooks. The they will prevent the students from opening the other tabs or the applications while taking the quiz, and we can let the students see the grades immediately after the result is there, and we can decide that what the students can see after they submit the quiz. Now, next option is there, that is the Google Classroom and Google Form. As we all see in the previous webinar also, those who have joined in the previous webinar also, that in the Google Classroom, I have shown that how it is coupled with the Google Forms also. In the assignments, we can upload the assignments in the Google Classroom. So it is really a powerful and a versatile form, Google Forms, that can be coupled it. Classrooms can automatically distribute the form quiz to the students and everything. Now what we have to do, we have to find it out that exactly where it is. When you open the classroom, we have to click onto this plus icon. This is the create option. Below the create option, there are the two options are there. This is one is the assignment and other is the quiz assignment. So we can create a quiz and share it through the classroom at the end of the lesson so that the student can learn maximum and we can come to know that how much student learned after the class is there, and the student can access the after the class also it as a home task. Now adding quizzes to the classroom assignments, we can either add it through the link, we can add it through the drive also, we can share it through the Google form also, or we can start from the scratch inside the Google Classroom also. So this is what exactly it is there. Now let's see how it looks like exactly. This is the one which I have prepared already. This is how we can customize the banner for this. We can name it as a student feedback form. This is the description we have added on it. Required will be there when we toggled into the required, everything will become as a start one. That means it is compulsory for the students to answer or anyone when we are working on it that exactly what is there. Now, when we have to write it down, we have to find it out. We have to write down the email, whatever questions we have given to the students, they have entered accordingly. This is the question of the, this is first of all is the email. We have asked from the parents that what exactly the email is there. Then the name of the student is there. Whatever question you want to ask, you can make it out. These are the check boxes that in which subject the student will apply the learning of the workshop is there. Either they are interested on the Hindi, English, science, they can check any type of the numbers of the question options they want to be. This is the check boxes there. Now, the next is how will you rate the workshop? This type of question is known as the linear scale. So we can get it out that they can option, it's all up to the audience that what is the response, whether it looks like a workshop is good or very good or they didn't like it. Now just see little bit how we can create the form practically. First of all, let's open the new tab and just see from when the new tab will be open, these are the 9 dots. That is the app launcher or the Google Apps. When we click onto it, this is the icon for the Google form. We click onto it and the new window will be open it up. As I discussed earlier, these are the template galleries. We can have the template galleries that we can automatically start from here also, or we can start from the scratch also. That is when we click on to start a new form. This is automatically created by someone. We can edit this and we can work on it accordingly. Otherwise, when we have to start from the scratch, we will have to click onto this blank option and this window will be open it up. Now just see, this is that untitled form. This is also untitled form. Let's say I am writing it as an AIEF demo. This is the demo form. Now when we have to give it to the other, we can change it also. We can write it down as a we can edit it from here also. Now this is what exactly is there, this question. Okay, from here, just see, this is the star icon is there. When we click onto the star, it is automatically changed into our the drive and we will change from there also. Or we can move to the folder which is already created to us. This is the for we have to add on if there is there, we can this. We have to customize the theme. There it is, the theme is there. We can go and check it out that how exactly it is work. We can change the color of the theme. Just see, it's automatically changes is there. We can choose an image for the header also. So it's all up to us that whether we want to check it out for the work and school or everything, anything else is there. So we can change the form as per our wish. Let's say we can click on to this one. So after it, we have to click onto the insert, and this will be, just see, it just changed the, as in the previous one, we can customize it also. When now close the theme, this is the preview button. When we open the form, when we work out it, we have to see what exactly it shows before posting it or before sending it, publishing it. We can click onto the preview and we will check it out, that how it looks like for the other, and they can form submit and they can submit it. Undo and redo button is all for the common for everyone. Now let's see how to. Now when we have to work on it, just see, we are writing it that this is there. These are the icons. These are the features. We can work it out for them. We can bold them. We can italicize them. We can underline them. We can share any link with them also. And this all work for this particular section only. This is the form description. We can write it down for there. Please enter the details, and this will be done. Now when we have to create the question, what we have to do, this is first is automatically there. When we click onto it, this window will be open it up. We can write the question is there. What is your name? And it is a multiple choice question. When we click onto it, it will become like this. We can click onto the short answer and student will write it down his name, and we can, now this is what is there. It is required. We click onto it. It will automatically become the star when we see it in the preview. This is there. Then when we have to copy the question, or when we delete the question we don't want, then we will click onto it. Otherwise, when we have to move to the next question, what we have to do, we will have to click onto this plus icon, and another question will be there for it, and we can work on it. That what is your hobby? And in this, if we can want to make it the MCQ type question, this is click onto it. We can write it on the MCQ. We can give the options. Reading, click onto it. Writing, listening, and so on. After that, when we want to come to the other question, again we click on to plus and we can create. So this way we can create as many questions as we want to be. And this is the responses. Here just see, when we have to check it out, we have to click onto this plus icon, and the response destination they will ask us. We can get the responses in the two formats. Either we have to select the existing spreadsheet, or we can create a new spreadsheet. And when we click on to create a new spreadsheet, we can click onto it and we can say create. And it will automatically create it. And just see, the new window will be open for the Excel sheet. And the responses for everyone. Just see, this is the questions, and it will be automatically come in this question. Now till there is no responses, and in this way we can work on it. Now I'm stop sharing my screen, and please let me know if there is any query from your end. I'm ready to help you out. I'm happy to answer you all. Anyone? I hope the session will be as per your expectations. Okay, we have to wind up the session within 2 minutes. If there is any query from your end, I am happy to answer you all. Otherwise, we have to say bye-bye. Thanks for all of you to joining the session. Thank you very much. How about the math symbols? Sir, for the math symbols, you have to add on the Hypatia create. In that Hypatia create, when you click onto that, you will check it out that how exactly it works out. Let me show you if you are. Let me share the screen once again. This is the add-ons. When we click onto it, this is the Hypatia create. And in this, you have to add it out from the here. And this is, we will click onto mini editor. And you can work on it accordingly. So this is you have to create the add-on in that. With this, you can work on it. Thanks to all of you.
I have question.
Yes, I'm happy to answer it.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, जैसे हमने आपने बताया कि हमने लिंक वो गूगल फॉर्म बना लिया,
जी
ऐसा होता है ना कि नीचे ऐड फाइल का ऑप्शन आता है, फिर उसमें पीडीएफ सबमिट करनी होती है। एक बार मुझे वो वाला एक थोड़ा सा ऑप्शन करके बता सकते हो आप?
किसमें पीडीएफ का? गूगल फॉर्म का?
यस मैम, गूगल फॉर्म में जब हम फॉर्म बनाते हैं, ठीक है, जैसे हमने बच्चों को शेयर करी, अब बच्चे ने अपना खुद सब्जेक्ट की पेपर किया अपनी नोटबुक में, फिर बच्ची ने उसकी पीडीएफ बनाई, फिर बच्चा अपलोड करता है तो वहां पे एक ऐड फाइल आता है ना, उस पर क्लिक करता है, फिर हमारी पीडीएफ सबमिट हो जाती है। वो कैसे आता है मैम ऑप्शन?
मैं वो आप जब इसको गूगल फॉर्म को क्लासरूम में कन्वर्ट करोगे, वहां से आपको ऑप्शन आ जाएगा गूगल ड्राइव में जाके, वहां से यू कैन आप डाउनलोड इट एज एन पीडीएफ। जब हम गूगल ड्राइव में जाते हैं तो गूगल ड्राइव के अंदर ऑप्शन आएगा वी कैन डाउनलोड इट द फोल्डर एज एन फ्रॉम द गूगल क्लासरूम, वी कैन डाउनलोड इट